Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm in our A through Z playthrough, we're playing Maiev. She's got a hula hoop, it's got spikes on it, she does some teleports, she likes to flip a lot, and there are so many knives, you'll forget how to count. But this is a YouTube video, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe your heart out.
4, 3, 2,
That's really weird
1.
that this is happening here.
Battle begins.
Huh. What the fuck is that? I've never seen that before. Never in all of my days. Maybe that's a replay thing. Maybe that's a bug. Who knows? But anyway, team comps today are going to be Maiev, Thrall, Varian, Falstad, and Chromie versus Leeming, Genji, Butcher, Muradin, and Kel'Thuzad. And if you are watching this in the future, which you should be, that's what you get for trying to cheese a fountain. This is not going to be our latest patch. So the patch that we're currently watching on, Falstad, will be not bug fixed, and luckily none of the other characters in this game will be updated in the go round. Pretty sure. Well, obviously Falstad's gonna have some changes too, but at the same time, who cares? Because that bird guy is literally he's bug abusing, so it doesn't matter. We can ignore that character's contribution to the entire game. We're playing Maiev though, and the reason that we have picked Nisha's Memento at level 1 is because our macro should be much better than the enemy team's. The enemy team has pretty ass wave clear outside of Kel'Thuzad, and it feels like if he is anywhere near these camps, he should probably get killed. Looks like Genji is actually going to try to snipe a mid-fountain for some reason. I don't know why this man thinks this is so important, but someone somewhere in some sort of guide or video or something, look at that Stormbolt dodge, told him that he has to kill all of the fountains or he's not a real Genji player. Butcher down, going completely under the fort for some unknown reason. And then the build, again, in case you're just here for that, we've got Nisha's Memento at 1. At 4, we're taking Sudden Vengeance. 7 will be Bonds of Corruption. 10 is going to be our Containment Disc. 13 is going to be the Shadow Armor. 16, we're taking Armored Assault. And then 20 will be Shadow Orb, Shadow Strike. Now, the abilities for Maiev are all very cool, but they're all rather difficult to utilize properly. So your Q button, your biggest form of damage, is going to be doing ability damage in a crescent area, that is a moon-shaped area, and hitting at least 2 heroes with Fan of Knives is going to drop its cooldown to 0.5 seconds. So it is easily spammable. I can't believe it wore off right before that Muradin was going to get yoinked. Anyway, hitting multiple people with Fan of Knives is ultimately the way that you do all of the ridiculous damage that Maiev can do. And that means that you have to be in a lot of team fights to do that, or clumped up areas. So, I mean, it happens. Your second ability is your Umbral Bind. This is going to let you use your Hula Hoop of Death to latch on to heroes in an arc. So it's an auto attack reset. Nice, the tower killed him, so I don't have to worry about it. Dodge that root really quick and then hop on out. Your W, though, is going to make your next auto attack latch on to heroes in a very large crescent area in front of Maiev. So in doing this, since it's an AoE, you can hit walls, you can hit minions, you can hit shrine monkeys, you can hit anything you want to, but if the heroes are still within that radius of the auto attack, they're going to get tethered, and then you can begin the process of yoinking them. So that is how that ability works. Once the hero leaves little circle of the tether, that's when they get yanked towards Maiev, dealing damage. And then Maiev's E ability is called Spirit of Vengeance. This is a blink ability, but it is something that you can actually cast. It's like an ability that's still going to do damage and give you some movement. So you throw it out along a path, like we did just there, and then that spirit is going to travel along that path, going to the tip, and then coming back to wherever you cast it at. At any point during its travel time, which which is fairly long. I mean, it's a pretty long travel time. You are able to blink back to it. So, in doing that, you are you're going to offer yourself a whole lot of mobility options. I mean, there's just way too many things you can get done with the Spirit of Vengeance and that blink, whether they're offensive, defensive, whatever you have. Now, your other good thing about the Spirit of Vengeance is that if it hits an enemy hero during its travel, that's going to reduce the cooldown on the ability, making it easier to use more often. So it's crazy good mobility, super good offensive and defensive, everything that you could ever imagine, and it is ridiculous amounts of wave clear because of it being AoE damage that just travels along a path and then back along the same path. It's really nuts. And then your final activatable button in your base kit is going to be the Vault of the Wardens. That's your D button. You just hit the button to go completely invulnerable for 0.75 seconds, hopping up into the air, and that is on a 13-second cooldown because it's broke as hell if it is any shorter than that. Still pretty busted right now, I mean, because you can tell just from this game with the Stormbolt dodges and the Root dodges and all the just easy damage coming directly at our face, us hopping out of it is so strong. Just ridiculous amounts of good stuff happening there. And then our ultimates, we've got Warden's Cage. Warden's Cage is just a big ring of wardens that get set up after a short period of time and knock people towards the center. And then your Containment Disc, the ultimate that I've opted for today, is a super short cooldown, and it is a straight line skill shot that you throw onto people, and you basically cocoon them in stasis for the duration of the ability, either after the wait time ends, or you hit the R button again to recast it after it's hit someone. So the range on this ability is really long, which is really fantastic. And then holding someone in stasis for 4 seconds is crazy good because you can even do that to the Butcher while he's charging. Because even though he's unstoppable, stasis effects really will... Oh my god, I went over the wall. I didn't mean to go over the wall. I just wanted to get... Okay, Falstad's got us with the Gust. We've cocooned the Muradin. Looks like Butcher might be in some trouble. Nope. We can go back in, still try to get some damage going. Got a couple resets on the Fans of Knives, but that is enough. We should go. Genji sniping the top well because he has absolutely nothing better to do with his time except everything. But, you know, whatever. Here we are. Got him. Not going to pull him in, though, looks like. He's ready to run at us with our teeny tiny little health bar. I'm assuming he's just going to wait for that cooldown to come back up so he can dash over the wall. That's why you're seeing me sit really far back. And now it's just kind of like, does he really know that he can kill me? I don't know if he is aware. But Thrall came up. Ooh, Varian's got a taunt on the bottom side, but neither of us were paying attention to that, so Genji is going to walk away. It appears as though Falstad coming around the bottom side, pulling him back as he tries to eat away. That tether is such a good feeling that I wasn't paying attention to the gigantic Ming Ball coming directly at my nuts. So, anytime that you can relish the kill on a Genji, go for it. Perfect. Such a good feeling. Anyway, all that being said, we can talk about some talents now, because those are pretty wicked cool. Our level 1 talent, Nisha's Memento, is the macro talent at 1. This is how you take camps with Maiev. I normally don't take it, but again, looking at the other team, since their wave clear is pretty ass, again, outside of KT, I'm pretty confident in taking this, so we can get lots and lots and lots of merc camps going, but it doesn't have a normal cooldown. So the way that you get this ability back is by hitting multiple people with a Fan of Knives. So if we're ever out of a Nisha's Memento, that's the only way to get it back. And you can see right now how quick we're doing the camp, with the Nishas activated, because the bouncing damage that you're getting from your auto attacks is crazy good. It's a little bit harder to use in team fights because you have to be much more careful about your auto attacking, but for camps, I mean, those things disintegrate. Looks like we are going on the objective. Li Ming is still very much in the bottom lane. We've got 13 to 12. Everything is turning up rainbows and sunshine for us. So I don't think we're going to have any trouble. Genji, again, trying to go for the camp. Look at him. Like, he thinks this is good. He thinks that's a useful portion of his time to spend doing that. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just probably never will be. Anyway, I have been wave of forced. There's no way for me to catch the Genji unless he just sits here and stays put, which is exactly what we're going to do to him. Now he's going to get yoinked back by the gust. He's going to hop over the wall, unfortunately, and the root will make sure that he cannot escape with his Dragon Blade. Thank God. I hope Varian doesn't die to that damage. That is a lot. Oh my God. Luckily, Varian's a tank. He's got a lot of... We're just going to skip over that, that lamb to the slaughter, so Thrall can eat it for us. If you are playing this character, I suggest 100% that you get very, very, very proficient at using your Vault of the Wardens, because that ability is the whole reason that Maiev is so good. That's it. I mean, she does a lot of damage, she has a lot of stuff going for her, but that button specifically is her best button, bar none. Anyway, your next ability up, Sudden Vengeance. We don't have to talk about it a whole lot. It's just percent damage that you get on your Spirit of Vengeance when you blink in. So if you're hitting anybody with the AoE of your 4 talent, they are taking 6% of their maximum health. Pretty cool. Bonds of Corruption is our 7 talent. That is going to let our W reduce the armor on targets that get pulled, and that is going to make it much, much easier for people killing our targets to get those kills secured. It's part of the reason that Maiev can be a bit tanky. Missed the Genji with the disc, but we're going to take the Muradin down as well. We've got double camp going on the mid lane here. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. The enemy team was not prepared to defend this sort of shit in any remote way whatsoever. Looks like the catapult finally getting into position. Took it a while because the goats like to stand in a huge line and block all the minions, but it's damage. It's all damage. Can we get the Genji? He aggressively swift strikes into our team and gets yanked back by his fucking ear. I mean, just grabbing him. So good. Not only that, but he's reducing his armor when he does this sort of thing. Coming inside, trying to get the Muradin and the Kel'Thuzad off of the Varian. I'm a little bit scared right now. Jesus. Okay, he wasn't close enough to get our chain connected to the spike there, so that's helpful. Your level 13 talent, the reason that we're taking Shadow Armor is just because it's the simplest of the 3, and I don't necessarily feel like there is a lot of opportunity for us to get big armor from fans of knives or our Cruel Chain. Or no, our Umbral Bind. We're going to let them all die for that, because I have no health, and there's no reason I want to stay there and do that. But the Shadow Armor lets you get just easy armor when you're blinking, and then your basic attacks against enemy heroes are going to refresh that duration, so you can have a lot of armor going for a long time, which is going to synergize pretty well with Armored Assault. Oh, I did not realize this was only physical damage, so that is probably a good reason for me not to take this. Physical damage only being our auto attacks. Yeah, had we taken the Blade Dance at level 4, this talent would be much better, but I didn't realize that it was just... I'm just peeling for you, man. Just leave. No, you don't... Okay. Okay. He turned back around, I guess because he thought I was going to go help him engage, and then all of a sudden I blinked the wrong direction, missed my ultimate, now I'm going to die. We're all going to get reset by Li Ming. There's the Butcher Charge, nothing I can do about it because I pushed all my goddamn buttons. Unfortunate. Well, the enemy team only has 1 keep left, and we have all of our buildings. We're on the cusp of the level 20 talents, so I guess it's not a huge deal. that we all died, other than the fact that, well, 3 of us died, so. Anywho, your talents as far as 16 go, Armored Assault, probably don't pick that. Not with this build anyway. End up probably taking Cruel Chain, maybe Vengeful Knives. Cruel Chain gives you movement speed when you get people tethered, making it easier to, you know, yank them. So I really like that talent. And then you get more damage when you do damage to people who are tethered. So it's really, really strong stuff. And then, again, unless you're taking Blade Dance at 4, don't worry about taking Armored Assault at 16. Because even though it is giving you more damage on a pretty decent uptime with our Shadow Armor, we have to do it in auto attacks, and that's not really going to be super helpful. I guess it's fine with Naisha's Memento too, because it's bouncing your auto attacks for physical damage, but oh well. Just trying to get the minions out of here so the wave doesn't keep pushing, because that fort's dead anyway. Nothing that we can do about that. We are 20 to 19 though. We've got about 80% of a level up on the enemy team. That's really, really good for us. And then the final ability in our, talent, which is also an ability in our kit, is going to be the Shadow Orb Shadow Strike, which is just a little fireball that we can throw out, dodging all those Ming skills with a blink. It's a little fireball that we throw out that is going to do damage and reduce armor when we click the button. And the way that we get it off of cooldown is by dealing spell damage to 10 enemy heroes. So we do that with our W, our E, and our Q resets. Q resets being the easiest way to do it, but the armor reduction there and the damage that it does makes really, really quick work of a target that Maiev goes on, as long as her team is also going on them. Dodging that Stormbolt real quick so Thrall can eat it for us instead. No Slaughterhouse yet because they're not level 20, so that is okay for us. Looks like Thrall will make it. Nice. Murden jumps in, killing himself for us and ending the game magnificently. Good stuff all around. Way to go, team. You're doing it. I appreciate everything that you're about. So that's Maiev in a nutshell. Very, very strong at laning. Super good at engaging. Very, very strong at dodging. Lots of abilities as well. The character is nutty, but also extremely difficult to play. So there was a treasure goblin just there. He
MVP.
maybe there is something going on in the map that I wasn't aware of, because the cleaver at the beginning and then the treasure goblin at the end seems like a Easter egg. That's the one. Anyway, the talents again: Naisha's Memento, Sudden Vengeance, Bonds of Corruption, Containment Disc, Shadow Armor, not Armored Assault, probably Cruel Chain. 20 is Shadow Orb Shadow Strike. Don't mind the numbers up here, it's because there's a Chromie on our team, but your 20 talent, there it is. Let's see what we ended with. 3-1 with 12,000 XP soaked. Our team much better at soaking XP than the enemy team. Really hot stuff. And then we did less damage than Thrall and Variant. Well, I helped. I definitely did tanky things in a not tanky character. So I'm going to take that as a win. I will see you guys tomorrow. After Maiev, we move on to Mal'Ganis, and then Malfurion, and then Malthael. All Mals this week, with the exception of this lady here. But I'll see you guys then. Peace out.